everyone. Welcome back to Off the Beaten Couch. I'm Bonnie Adams, a licensed marriage and family therapist who specializes in treating couples and families recovering from addiction. So today, let's talk about that gnawing stress and worry that settles in when you have a loved one who's struggling with substance use disorder. Sometimes we feel isolated and alone, like nobody understands what we're going through, but you're not alone, and there's nothing wrong with you for feeling this way. This episode is all about practical, blame-free ways to cope and creating a space where you can breathe, reflect, and find some relief. Addiction doesn't just affect the person using, it ripples through the entire family and support system. The stress can be relentless. You're worried about their safety, your family's well-being, finances, and even your own mental health. Sometimes it feels like you're holding your breath, waiting for the next crisis. But stress and worry are normal responses to an abnormal situation. They're signals from your mind and body that you care deeply, but also that you need support and a plan. And while you can't control everything, you can find ways to care for yourself and reclaim some peace. Stress and worry often have roots in our past experiences, maybe old wounds, family patterns, or unresolved emotions. Sometimes supporting someone through addiction can trigger feelings of guilt, helplessness, or even anger that go way back. But stress isn't just in your head. It's shaped by your biology, your psychology, and your social world. Recognizing these layers helps us understand that stress isn't a personal failure. It's a complex human response. So let's be gentle with ourselves as we move forward. Or if you can't find gentleness, maybe try being a little less harsh. Now let's get practical. Here's how you can cope with the stress and worry step by step. So first, acknowledge and validate your feelings. Remind yourself that it's okay to feel sad, scared, or angry. These emotions are valid and expected in these types of situations. Journaling or talking with a trusted friend or therapist can help you process some of the emotions that are coming up for you. Set realistic expectations for yourself. Sometimes we think we can control the world, or we try to control everything going on around us, and we set the bar so high for ourselves that we forget that we're human. You can't control your loved one's choices. You can't get in front of them and stop them and be 5 steps ahead of them all of the time. You can set small, achievable goals for yourself and focus on taking care of you. Focus on progress, not perfection, because sometimes better is enough. Now, I know practicing self-care can induce a lot of guilt for some people. Sometimes we feel if we have a loved one who's struggling with substance use disorder, we feel like we're not allowed to enjoy things in life. We're not allowed to be happy because if they're miserable or suffering, then why should we be happy? That we have to stop our lives and what we're doing because it just wouldn't be fair. But self-care isn't selfish, it's essential. Again, you can't pour from an empty cup. And if you feel guilty taking time for yourself, remember that your well-being helps you show up for other people. Try reframing self-care as maintenance rather than indulgence. Think of it as charging your phone. You wouldn't expect your phone to continue to run on 1% battery. Self-care can be as simple as taking a walk, reading a book, having a cup of tea, listening to music. If guilt creeps in, pause and ask yourself, would I want my best friend to take care of themselves during this situation? Give yourself the same compassion. So you can use SMART goals to regain control. And remember, SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. A specific goal could be, I'll attend 1 support group meeting this week. Measurable would be, I'll practice 10 minutes each morning practicing deep breathing. Achievable would be, I will reach out to a friend for coffee. Relevant would be, I want to feel less isolated and more supported. Time-bound would look like, I'll check in with myself about my stress levels every Sunday. You can find free SMART recovery tools at smartrecovery.org/family. They offer practical worksheets, online meetings, and tools designed specifically for family and friends. So leverage your craft communication skills. Use positive communication, and instead of focusing on what's wrong, try, I care for you and I'm here if you want to talk. Reinforce healthy behaviors. Acknowledge even small steps that your loved one is taking toward recovery. Also acknowledge your own small steps that you're taking towards self-care. Set boundaries compassionately. If one of your boundaries is that you don't lend money, tell your loved one, I can't give you money, but I'll help you find resources. Seek out support. I cannot emphasize enough how important support is as you're going through this. You can search for online smart recovery groups. You can attend Al-Anon or Nar-Anon, talking with a therapist, talking with friends who get it, who understand, so that you don't isolate and feel completely alone through this entire process. And if you need guidance or even crisis support, you can reach out to SAMHSA's national hotline at 1-800-662-HELP. That's 1-800-662-4357. It's free and confidential and available 24/7. They offer information and even local referrals. Create a stress management toolbox. Regular exercise, even taking a short walk, can reduce stress hormones. Mindfulness and grounding techniques can help you stay present when anxiety spikes. And journaling can give you a safe place to vent and reflect. Even if you journal in your phone or you write it down on paper and you're worried about somebody finding it, rip it up, throw it away, whatever you want to do with it. But give it its space. Give yourself that time to just reflect on the things that you're feeling and notice any patterns that might be coming up for you as you are experiencing your loved one's substance use. Sometimes the stress feels bigger than the situation at hand. And that's often because it's tapping into deeper unconscious triggers, old family dynamics, past losses, or even fears of abandonment. Psychodynamic therapy can help you explore these layers so you can respond with more awareness and less reactivity. If you notice yourself feeling stuck in certain emotions or patterns, consider reaching out to a psychodynamic therapist who can help you unpack and heal these deeper wounds. Remember that insight is power. You don't have to do this alone. Surround yourself with people who get it, a therapist, a support group, friends, other family members. Share your story in safe places and let other people support you. The more connected you feel, the more resilient you'll become. And if you're not sure where to start, check out local wellness programs, mindfulness workshops, or even online communities. Facebook and Instagram are flooded with lots of communities of family and friends and people in recovery who can offer assistance and support and community for you. Sometimes just knowing you're not alone can make all the difference. Coping with the constant stress and worry of your loved one struggling with a substance use disorder isn't easy. But with the right tools, support, and a little self-compassion, you can find moments of peace, even in the storm. Remember, your feelings are valid. Self-care is essential, not an option. Small steps add up, and you're not alone. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Reach out, connect, and let's keep building this open, blame-free community together. Thanks for tuning in to Off the Beaten Couch. I'm Bonnie Adams, and I'll see you next time. Until then, take care of yourselves, and remember, you deserve support too.